The open secret about this year's Ballon d'Or is that Lionel Messi and Erling Haaland are the frontrunners for the award. In this episode, the jury is out to decide who wins the award and how they should be determined. My name is Ayomide Shotubo. I bid you welcome to a fresh episode of Nutmeg on GuardianTV. So for this conversation, I'm joined by Tochukwu and James makes a return to the Nutmeg. Guys, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, and you?
Yeah, good to have you.
Yeah, thanks. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, and of course, we know what the topic is. It's probably the simplest question to ask, but it always requires a difficult answer because it's opinionated. I mean, the 30-man list was released. We know it's a two-man battle between Erling Haaland and Lionel Messi. Straight question for you is, who wins it for you? Let me start with you, James.
Well, for me, I think I want to go with Erling Haaland because he did very well for Manchester City. You cannot rule out the fact that his goals contributed a lot for Manchester City to become the second English team to win the treble after Manchester United in 1999. So I know that it's going to be very difficult because you have a certain Lionel Messi there. You cannot rule out his performance at the World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very key. So, and unfortunately for Haaland, he wasn't at the World Cup. So, but I still think with his performance, he did very well for Manchester City. We need to consider the fact that it was his first season in England. And a lot of people have this belief that somebody who's coming from another league that is always very difficult to play in the English Premier League, but he dusted all that. He was top scorer. He almost broke Alan Shearer's record. But at least you cannot rule out the fact that he was very key for Manchester City. So for me, I think I believe that he should be the person who should win the Ballon d'Or for this year.
Well, interestingly, it's a World Cup here. Lionel Messi did win. In fact, he helped Argentina to a first title World Championship for the first time since 36 years or in 36 years. So that is definitely going to be at the top of the debate. People are definitely going to want to say Lionel Messi should win. But do you share the same sentiment?
The Ballon d'Or should be based on your performance throughout the season, both for club and country. If we're going to say, okay, now, since it's a World Cup year, then Messi should edge it. What about his performances in the league? Both of them played in Champions League.
Yeah.
Haaland performed better, though some people argue that towards the ending of the tournament, he kind of ghosted. But that is normal. He has already shown that he can perform. He came to the league, he came to the Premier League. In just one season, he broke almost all kinds of records, scoring record. He was scoring goal for free. Practically, he turned the Premier League to a farmers' league. So I think he has done enough to prove that he's worthy of that shot. While Messi, I feel like Messi did not just do the whole work alone for Argentina. There are some players that you recall, especially somebody like their keeper. There were moments when he was the one that saved the game for Argentina. So if we are going to put all these factors into place, I think Haaland has a better shot at winning it.
Okay, that's your opinion. Let's see what people on the streets think, because we did hit the road to understand what people feel about it.
Lionel Messi, he did very well, extremely well at this last World Cup. Haaland did very well at Champions League, but at international, national team level, he has not done that well. He's still an upcoming player. Winning English Premiership and European Champions League does not mean automatically that he has to win Ballon d'Or.
To me, Messi is not in this contest because he only performed in the World Cup, and that performance in the World Cup even boils down to him scoring a lot of penalties. Compared to Haaland, who won a treble, that's huge.
Messi can win the Ballon d'Or because World Cup is above any tournament. You have the chance to win it ahead of Haaland.
Prefer Haaland to win it because he did so much. Just take a look for the Premiership. Look what he did. He scored multiple goals. He created an history that has not been done before. He just coming to the Premiership and is doing something exceptional. Now for Messi is good. He's good. He's outstanding. But I think it will be partial if they should give it to Messi.
For him scoring or for him winning treble with Manchester City under Guardiola, he's doing good. But he haven't reached the aim Lionel Messi have get to in the game. Being the highest goal scorer now or scoring series of goals now, he's trying, he's still doing it. but it's not up to Lionel Messi.
Traditionally, in football, people seem to give more credence to Messi, even when he's not even performing. With his current game with PSG last season and his performance, he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. But if you want to consider the World Cup, in my own view, he doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. Because you can't judge a student by just one course out of like 4 courses. He played in the league, he played in the Champions League. So why should we use only the World Cup to judge him? I'll go for Erling Haaland. Because national team-wise, Erling Haaland has been performing very well for the national team. Club side is at the best, both in the league, in the Champions League, and in every competition. So I think Erling Haaland is the best for me.
I think the right candidate for the Ballon d'Or is KDB, Kevin De Bruyne. It's not Messi. Messi has completed football by winning the World Cup, but I don't think winning the World Cup alone should be a criteria for winning the Ballon d'Or. Haaland himself, he was able to score lots of goals because there was KDB to give the assist. So I think KDB deserves, in the last 3-4 seasons, he has been consistent with assists, and so I think he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or.
Considering Osimhen also, I mean, Napoli has not won the league for over 33 years. And Messi should not even be in top 5.
Basically, for Ballon d'Or, it should go to Lionel Messi for the fact that you also mentioned he completed football, just like everyone has been saying, and also he played a crucial role in Argentina winning the World Cup. Without Messi during that World Cup campaign, I don't think Argentina will even be anywhere close to winning it.
Me, I'm a Chelsea fan, but at the same time in Spain, I support Madrid. So, literally, you should know I would not want Messi to win the Ballon d'Or. So, in terms of Erling Haaland, Haaland had a very fantastic season. His goals, winning the Champions League. In fact, he won treble. So, he did absolutely well. But now, it's a World Cup year. And you know, in a World Cup year, the Ballon d'Or is being given sometimes in a World Cup year. Who wants the World Cup? Because it's for me. I would choose Kylian Mbappé. He did well, scored a hat-trick in the final. He pushed, you understand? So we don't have no choice. The Ballon d'Or must go to Messi because it's the World Cup year and he won it.
And from what you can see now, Lionel Messi is on the lips of almost everybody on that list. But also there is surprisingly, one mentioned that Kevin De Bruyne should be winning or should be in that conversation as well. And that leads me to the next question, which is that which on a level playing ground, what do you think is greater to achieve, a treble or the World Cup in the first for your country in 36 years, and you're the one leading the trail to that feat?
Okay, you said a treble first in 36 years. Let's put into place that since the introduction of Haaland to Man City, this is the first time Man City has ever won an international treble or intercontinental treble competition. Talk less of having a treble in a single season. Now, if you were to factor some other things into place, you will see that most of the players for Argentina, they played like it was their last game. They did not do this for Messi.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you just okay. Now let's bring Kevin De Bruyne into place. We know that the fact that Haaland performed the way he performed was
down to a lot of the hard work of Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah.
Then now look at Belgium. Belgium had nothing to say about in the World Cup.
Yeah.
Why was it so? De Bruyne was there. But this goes to tell you that it's not about who is giving the assist, it's about who is making the assist count. So if you have somebody like Belgium have strikers that are supposed to perform better, but you will not tell me that De Bruyne was not giving these passes. They were not converting, that was the problem. So we have somebody that is a letter finisher. He knows where to be in the box. He knows when to go for the ball, when not to go for the ball. Then he converted these goals. Because if he didn't convert, we will not be having this Kevin De Bruyne conversation here. One thing I want to even bring in is, I don't know why more people are not talking about Mbappé. Mbappé is supposed to be...
I mean, he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final. And when you look at the stats, he was Messi's teammate before Messi moved to Inter Miami. And when you look at the stats, they are not far from each other. So, I mean, the conversation you are trying to build, which is also on some other people's lips, is why should the young man it's an individual award, so why should he not also be in that conversation?
Yeah, I don't think if you're looking at the top three, which means you're looking at Mbappé, Messi, and Haaland. But where this other Messi and Haaland hedged him is because Messi won the World Cup, Haaland won the treble. So that's why Mbappé is not that when it comes to the talking poem.
It's not in the thick of the action.
You know. So he will be like maybe the top 5 because scoring. He is the second footballer to score a hat-trick at the World Cup after Geoff Hurst 1966. Unfortunately, Martinez denied him. I didn't mean Muani or what is his name. I didn't mean
Muani. I mean, you also said off the camera that you feel Martinez, the Argentine goalkeeper, should also win.
Yeah,
or should be in the conversation.
Exactly. Because there were many games that the teams were not performing top notch, but he was there to save the team time after time. So I feel like, well, we know Messi has always been performing. The reason why I feel like Messi is even in this conversation is because he's already a fan's favorite.
Yeah.
And if you look at the story coming to the World Cup, it was supposed to be between him and his arch rival, but unfortunately for Ronaldo, Portugal crashed out. Then it was like this was supposed to crown everything for Messi, and it happened that way. So it's like a fairy tale ending for Messi.
Okay.
But let's give Haaland his flowers.
Whichever way you want to look at it, it's a thing of beauty to be nominated as one of the best players in the world. And when you talk about that, let's not forget Victor Osimhen was also on that list. I don't want us to talk about how far he is. We know he shouldn't. He achieved something incredible, but I really want us to switch gears talking about women's football. And of course, Azizat Oshoala was also in the list for the women's category of the award.
Thinking of Azizat Oshoala from Barcelona, she is doing well. She did well with them, winning the Champions League, the Women's Champions League with them. And for Caicedo, indeed, she's a young chap and she took the world by storm. I was impressed with what she played. If I was FIFA, if I was to vote, I would go for her because she actually played well in the World Cup. She was the man in their female team. She did well.
I'll be happy if I see Azizat Oshoala Agbabola in a top 3 or top 5. She didn't really perform in the World Cup.
Their performance in this World Cup is very low. Our performance, she can't win it.
I don't think she's in a position to win it right now. You understand? If you said CAF award, good.
Oshoala, I think she'll make the top 10, but I don't see her winning it.
Like you saw in the video, many fans did not give her a chance. Are you giving her any slim chance of even being in that conversation for the top 3 of the women's Ballon d'Or?
Well, last season she was nominated. Also this season, good achievement for her. The fact that she was even recognized to me is enough achievement because if you check out the other players who get nominated, apart from their performance in the league, they always do well when it comes to the Champions League. That's for me, that's one of the main criteria. But Azizat have been doing very well for Barcelona, especially in the league. But when it comes to the Champions League, she's just one of those players who just contribute. But she's not without her, they can still go ahead and win it. So for me, I think that's the reason why she will not have by the time the list will be trimmed down, don't be surprised that she will be among the players.
I don't think anybody will be surprised.
So for me, like I said, it's a big achievement that she's the only African on the list. For me, that's enough achievement.
And it's not like she particularly fared so well in the World Cup. She only started in one game. But I want to talk about players that fared in the World Cup. A lot of the fans did not talk about Sam Kerr, the Australian star, and I'm surprised they did not. I'm surprised it skipped them entirely. But then they were also breakout stars. We had Linda Caicedo, fantastic teenager. She showed, and even her goal is up for probably the Puskás Award. And also there's Salma Paraluelo of Spain, also a teenager. She was a shining light during the latter stages of the tournament. But then there are also names like Bon Mati, the captain of the Spanish team as well. Sam Kerr is also one, but it's a lot. We have mentioned 5 names. The English goalkeeper Mary Ebbs is also one. So I mean, you can even go as far as mentioning Ada Egeberg, of Denmark.
There's one thing about good players, very, very good players, consistency. You keep on bringing in those top form each game. Why, if you want to look at the World Cup now, most of these players, most of these countries now, you see, yes, they played in qualifiers and stuff like that. Look at the countries they play in the qualifiers. Most of them are countries that even if you play with your second team, you will win them easily.
I think it's easier said than done.
Yeah,
And thinking about it, for a team like Argentina, they went up to 3 years without conceding through the qualifiers, winning the Copa America, the Finalissima against Italy. Yeah. Are you going to suddenly just discountenance all of that away from this conversation?
No, not really. We're not saying that we want to discard that, because that was a big achievement. Because remember, even before they won the Copa America, it took them like how many years? The last time they won a major was 92.
Yeah.
Before they eventually won it in Brazil. So, and nobody's taking away the fact that the Argentine team, Messi, they did very well. But just like what he said, the league is a marathon. And for somebody to be very so consistent, that's why I will keep happy about Haaland. I mean, the fact that it was his first season is not always easy. Just breaking records here and there. So for me, Messi did well for Argentina. But one thing about the World Cup is you might have a very good run. It's just 7 games. Not as if it's easy games, but you just
7 games of your life.
Yes, you just put in everything.
Yeah.
So not ruling out the fact that they did very well. The World Cup is the biggest football competition in the whole world. But the sad part is Alan was not there. We don't know what would have happened if he had played.
Maybe with Norway.
So for me, I will still stick with Erling Haaland. Just the fact that he did it like in the marathon race, and he proved everybody that he's one of the best strikers right now in the world.
Well, the jury is all square. People on the streets had their say. And also James and Tochukwu here have had theirs as well. What is yours? You can tell us in the comment section. But on this particular episode of the show, it's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. And you can also stay around this community by following us, subscribing on our channel, and also tapping the notification bells to get our latest content. Well, my name is Aramide Shotubo. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.